So every year about this time, um, I do get a little bit depressed because I always have to say goodbye to a group of students. Um, I always try to console myself with the fact that sometimes I get to see some of them again, and the ones that I don't, it's usually because they've graduated and gone on to college. But sometimes they're just students that move away, and you never really hear any more about them. And this year is a little bit different because this time around I'm basically have to say goodbye to all my students, and I can't say to myself that there are going to be another group of students next year because I've decided, as most of you know, that I will be leaving teaching at the end of the year, to go back to school and become a student myself. um, so anyhow, I'm sitting here trying to think, what can you say to people? I'm trying to think, what advice could I leave you, or what could I tell you? There's a lot of stuff I want to say. There's a lot of stuff I wish I could talk to you about. All my reasons for doing this, because I've struggled with it for a long time. I mean, it's a difficult thing to do. I've actually decided that I want to go into healthcare. It's something that I've always kind of been interested in, but until recently, the opportunity to do it never existed. They just recently started up a program where someone who already has already has a degree can go back without too much difficulty. And it was just never something that was available before. But I've always been interested in biology, and I've always been interested in chemistry. And I think as I've been teaching all these years, I've realized that whatever I do, I need to do something where I'm working with people and hopefully helping to make their lives better. And I hope that I did that as a teacher. And my plan, I hope, is to continue to do that as a nurse. I think the two jobs have a lot in common in that way. So, people are like, some people ask why I'm doing this. I just feel like with all the rule changes that have happened recently and all the, the importance that the state and the politicians place on testing, I just feel like I haven't really been able to focus on what's most important. And, I always tell people for the past few years since they started making the rule changes, I kind of feel like a magician that lost his magic, I just don't remember quite how to do the magic tricks anymore, and it's just kind of stressful and difficult to try to do that, because the things that I think are important and the things that I want you to take away from my class are not the things that show up on a test. So, what would I like you to take away from spending time with me? I hope that you will always remember, we talk about trust, respect, and responsibility in our school, and I really believe in those things. I don't always live up to them perfectly. I mean, I have failed. You guys have seen me before because I'm a human. I'm not always perfect, but I think those things are important to me. And I think those are worthy goals to ascribe or subscribe. I don't know. They're worthy goals to pursue. Let's just say that. I think if you didn't know anything about math when you left my class, if you knew the importance of, being able to have trust in people and be trustworthy yourself, and the importance of respect, and taking responsibility for your own life and your actions and your future. I think those are important things. I hope that when you leave, you will care for each other. I hope that you felt that I cared for you. With all the kids that we have, sometimes with everything that's going on, it's easy to get distracted or seem like you're being pulled in a lot of different directions. So if you ever felt like I was distracted and I wasn't really paying attention to you, I hope that you don't feel that way. I hope that you feel like I was concerned for you and that I cared about what happened to you, because I really do. And I know you can't really look inside my brain to see what's going on or look inside my heart, but this has been a very difficult decision for me because I do care a lot about what happens to you. So I hope that you will care for each other and care for other people. Like I said, sometimes I fall short of the goals that I set for you, and you will too, but just keep striving for those things. And I guess the last thing I would say is that I want to thank you, and I want to thank all my former students for 10 really good years of teaching. They have been really, really good years. There are a lot of reasons why I feel like I need to make a change and challenge myself, but this is the most difficult decision that I've ever made. When I left being a store manager to become a teacher, that was an easy decision because, being a store manager, that doesn't really help people or affect people's lives in a positive way. But I hope I have affected your lives in a positive way, and I am going to miss all of you. I hope that I am able to see some of you again and keep in touch with you and find out how things are going, and I hope that I hear that things are going well for you. I don't plan on dropping off the face of the earth or anything. I might be a little bit busy as I get ready for my new career. But I just want to thank you for giving me such a positive experience. Like I said, in spite of all the things that, society does to try to devalue what we as teachers do, I feel like this was important. And I'm just going to miss you all. So I'm probably going to go now because if I don't go pretty soon, I don't know. I'll probably start rambling like I'm doing now. So anyhow, I just want to say that I will miss you all. And, follow me on Twitter if you want to. And I'll try to keep you updated on how things are going in my life. I'll probably check in with your teachers every once in a while. Make sure you guys are living up to trust, respect, and responsibility. And that you're doing all your homework because you need to do your homework. And do some math problems every day. And I just wish you guys the best of luck in your future. You are the greatest group of kids in the world. You really are.